everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here with the Shimmerz Paints design team. I am working in my 6x8 mini album from our beach trip last year, and this is actually going to be the very first page in my album that I've been putting off making. But I've got this really cool acrylic piece from Coloringz that says "Let's Get Away," and I am going to use that, and I decided to mimic some of the colors on my mixed media background here with some Shimmerz paints. So I'm using my brayer tool again. I have forgotten how much I love this tool and how easy it is to apply mixed media and keep it pretty controlled with a brayer. So if you have one of those, it's kind of a really nice tool to have with mixed media. So I've just taken some sprays here. I have some various Vibe products, and I think the one I'm going to use is also a Spritz. And I've just got a bunch of colors here that mimic the colors in my acrylic piece, and I am just spritzing them onto my glass mat here. You can use a piece of packaging if you don't have one of those, and just spritz some of that product on there along the side, and then use that brayer tool to kind of mush it around onto your page. And I kind of start heavy at the top and then go down so it's a little bit lighter towards the bottom. It kind of tapers off. And then I'm just using my paintbrush and a little bit of water to actually flick on some additional splatters in those colors. And I also ended up grabbing a whole bunch of other colors and products. I grabbed some Shimmerz pots that I have here in various shades to match my colors in my acrylic piece. I grabbed some additional Vibes and Coloringz products. The Vibes are going to be a little bit more pigmented than some of the other products. The creamies are kind of more of a matte color finish, and that's kind of why I like to layer these products, because that orange one there that you see I put down is a creamies product, so it's just kind of flat and matte. And then I like to take Shimmerz products over top of that because they splatter really well. They're a little bit thicker, they're really pigmented, and they also have sparkle. So that's going to lay on top of the other colors and create a really nice splatter and just kind of sit there and be very shimmery and gorgeous on top of all of those other products. So I like to layer them up. Here's what it looks like dry. I am going to go back in with some white acrylic paint watered down, just splatter some of that on to break up those colors as well. I'm just drying up my surface. I've got all that mixed media on there. That's what it looks like. You can see that Shimmerz product there on the top and how it shines when I tilted that. That's what that does. I really love the effect of that and how it pops with all of the other colors. And then I've got my photos here. I'm just using some photos from our very first day when we started out on our trip to New York to Lake Ontario. And I'm from Pennsylvania, so we didn't have too far to go, but it still took us a good, I think with stops and everything, it took us a good like 5.5, 6 hours. But we had also stopped along the way and did some hiking too, so that took some time as well in addition to our travel time. But my husband was shortly asleep in the car. He always falls asleep. And then my kids were wide awake when I took this photo. They look so thrilled. They are not good car riders, so I am taking all of the tips for young children and how to keep them occupied in the car, because we are not iPad people. We don't do electronics a whole lot with our children, so I'm open to all of the ideas. Usually I pack them like a little road trip kit, which is what I did here, and I waited to give it to them until like the last hour left when they started getting really rowdy. But it was packed full of like little adventure-y things, like little coloring books and notepads and just some fun little fidget toys and things that they could play with. But I am open to all the ideas on how to keep the kids busy in the car. We do have a DVD player in my car, and that sometimes keeps them busy, but I find that they kind of get bored with that as well. So we don't do the iPads, but I do let them watch TV in the car on the DVD player. That's something that they love and they enjoy, so I don't mind that so much. But yeah, always open to other ideas as how to keep them busy on these long car rides. I've got some small puffy alphabet letters that I'm adding underneath my little label maker piece that I made here. And I'm just making this say the location of where we were going. And you can see all of that mixed media really sparkles and shines underneath all of my pieces here. I'm just adding little bits to kind of enhance my mixed media background. Again, this is going to be the opener page of my 6x8 beach album. So I want this to really shine and really be like an introduction to the entire book. I've stamped day 1 at the top. That's something that I've been doing for all of the days in this book. That's a little stamp by Lail by Mail, and I've been stamping the day number on the first page of each day. So I wanted to stick with that theme. And then this little flamingo guy, I didn't want to cover up my temperatures there on my screenshot of the weather and how gorgeous it was going to be that week. So I ended up moving him here, and then I think I ended up actually moving him down closer to my title in the end. So he's not going to live up top there. He was kind of floating up there, but I really wanted to use that flamingo because I just thought he was super cute and it has to go on this page somewhere. So I ended up moving him down by my title piece. And then up top here, I'm just going to add a couple little word phrases from a Doodlebug collection. So I'm just kind of grabbing little bits and pieces from my stash, mixing and matching collections. Got some pretty little studio flowers. This one's from Simple Stories. It's a little travel collection. And then that's going to do it for this one. So super easy way to add mixed media to backgrounds. I did not have to use gesso on this one because the mixed media was pretty light as far as the amount that I used. So it's really easy to do. If you have a brayer tool, grab that and get to work. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, you can use my name Jessica in the notes section of your order on the Shimmerz website to earn a free gift. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.